I am really loving and enjoying the fact that lighting just keeps getting smaller and cheaper. I have here with me the Amaran Halo 60X, which is out of their new Halo series, and this is the smallest and cheapest one out of that entire set. This is a bicolor light that goes from 2700 Kelvin all the way to 6500. And it has a max lux of 3200 at 1 meter. And that's actually pretty bright for a lot of use cases, especially for something this size. So in their Halo series, Amaran has a 60X, they have a 100, 200, 300, and also a 600 watt light. But in this video, we're only going to talk about the 60X, the smallest and the cheapest one. This video is not sponsored, but Amaran did send me this light for me to try out and check out. But all the thoughts in this video are my own, and they don't get to see this video before you do. Look at that. This is really, really thin. Like traditionally, this would be the size of an adapter. Yeah, this is an actual 60 watt light, which is pretty impressive. This is what it looks like in terms of that width compared to my phone. I think the main key difference between this specific light, the Halo 60X, and other budget-friendly alternatives out there that are also very small, is that this light has a native Bowens mount. A lot of other options out there have their own proprietary mount, so you have to use their proprietary softboxes. And for example, like a Godox mount for like the smaller Godox lights, and some of the Ulanzi and also the June lights, you need like the specific softbox or an adapter that goes from their mount to a Bowens mount. With this one, Amaran was able to include already a Bowens mount natively right here, and you don't have to use any adapters to be able to adapt that. So huge plus. One less thing to worry about. In the box, you get the light itself, power cable, this that you should never eat, couple stickers, in this part of the power adapter. This connects to the light, and it's nice that they include this so you can hang it off of a light stand. And there's nothing hidden under there, so pretty basic. That's all you get. The chassis is made of metal, which is nice. The Bowens mount is also very solid and stable, even when mounting larger softboxes. The light fixture itself weighs very little, only about 420 grams or 0.93 pounds, so just under 1 pound. The included 1/4 inch to baby pin, it's about 0.4 pounds, so combined this weighs just under 1.5 pounds. The included adapter that comes with this is actually very well built, very sturdy. It's actually made of metal and not plastic, which is quite positive, especially for a light at this price point. So it cuts some weight to it. It's got a little thing here for an umbrella. You also have securing pins over here for this part of the light. You got 2 knobs here, 2 USB ports here. One is for your power. It has a power delivery of 65 watts, and one is for DMX control. So you can incorporate this into a DMX system if you have an array of lighting that you want to control from a DMX control board. This is to release the mount, and you have 2 buttons right here. So super simple, very basic interface, super simple, but very easy to use. This also has this NFC support, which is a very nice addition, as well as your traditional app support using the Amaran app. And this is very neat because there are certain budget-friendly alternatives out there that do not have app connectivity, so a plus for this one. I love it when light cables include a dedicated Velcro strap for cable management. So right now it tells you that it's plugged in. So this is what the menu looks like. You got DMX controls here. You can go to address, laws, profile, and select the different settings for DMX. If you're controlling this with the DMX board, you enter CCT, and this is where you can adjust the color temperature with the upper knob and the intensity of that light with the bottom knob over here. If you press in, you're able to go in increments of 25. There are also lighting effects. Obviously, because it's only by color, some of these effects are not going to be as interesting. You're not going to get color out of fireworks, but very useful to have this available nonetheless. A very useful feature here is Studio. Oh, it's kind of bright. If you have Studio mode on, that means that you can have this light plugged into a wall and maybe to a master switch, so that as soon as you turn on that switch, the light will power on. One thing about Studio on too is that the light is going to resume its previous setting. There is also a fan, and you're able to select smart or high or silent. So silent is just going to completely turn off the fan. And it says this, the current power supply only supports a maximum brightness of 15. So this is actually quite wrong. It just means that when the fan is off, you're only going to be able to have a maximum power output of 15. And that is, I guess, to protect this from overheating. Smart mode would allow fans to kick in only when they need to. And high is if you are using this at max output and you want to prevent this from overheating. So I'm gonna turn this on, keep it on high, and see what the fan noise is like. So let's turn it all the way to 100. I'm gonna let it run for a minute or two and wait for that fan to turn on. So the fan turned on, I can see it spinning, and I'm so close to it here and I can barely hear it. So it's rated at 28 dBA, which is a little bit lower than room tone. So I'm gonna put this mic next to it and I'm gonna stop breathing so we can try to hear it. Okay, honestly, it's really, really quiet. I have to put my ear right here in order to be able to just barely hear it. So one thing that I've been noticing with this light is that the top controls the color temperature and the bottom knob controls the intensity of the light. I think intuitively, my mind just thinks that the top is going to control intensity and then the bottom is going to control color temperature. So just a minor thing, but yeah, something to keep in mind. Other than plugging this to the wall, you're able to also power it with a high delivery power bank. I have here the Anker Ultra Prime power bank. Amaran also has their own Amaran Peak power bank, which you can also use to power this light. Okay, one thing that I'm noticing too is that this does not come with its dedicated USB-C cable, only this USB-C port thing that converts directly to the adapter right here. So yeah, with this power bank, I'm only able to go up to 92%. A cool thing about this light is that it gives you a notification of the max intensity that you can reach with the current power bank you have attached. So this said it allows me to go all the way up to 92%. So I can't reach 100 with this power bank, but 92 is close enough. And I think with the Amaran Peak power bank, you'll probably be able to reach 100%. If you're interested in any of the stuff I'm mentioning in this video, all of that will be linked in the description below. At a price of $120 US, I think this light is aimed at content creators, people who are starting out with photography or videography and need a budget-friendly but solid first light, and you perhaps not need all the bells and whistles that come with more premium lights. This is also a great addition to anyone out there who already has a couple of lights and would like to add additional lighting that is small and also budget friendly, perhaps for background lighting, fill lights, and the like. This Halo series is all by color. I do wish that Amaran had included an RGB version of this series, but if you want an RGB, like the different colors, you have to go to Amaran's Ray series, which is a little bit more expensive. But hopefully in the future, they do create a budget version of that in the Halo series and include RGB. This light is completely beginner friendly, super easy to use, very intuitive, and it has a lot of features that are rarely seen in entry-level light. So definitely pretty good buy if you're out there looking for something small that doesn't break the bank. So that's it for this video. If you are still watching, here are a couple more videos you could watch next, and I'll see you there.